Good morning to you. It's Good Morning Uganda, and today in the agenda we are looking at ensuring safe, effective and cost-effective medicines in Uganda. Now we are soon having a guest from the National Drug Authority, and that is Abiaz Ramiri, who is the head of communications at the National Drug Authority. But whilst he gets here, Robert and I are here to dissect that particular conversation that really concerns all of us. It's our health, and that means the quality of medicines that we consume almost on a daily matters, and we ought to know more information about that. 0709602592. Good morning, Robert.
A lovely morning to you, Julie, and of course our viewer, just in case you've just joined us.
Yes, indeed. And looking at ensuring safe, effective and cost-effective medicines in Uganda, what spews out of your mind when you think about that particular topic?
Well, these are exactly the mandate and functions of the National Drug Authority, NDA. And we know one very important thing, that drugs heal, treat diseases.
Right.
But we also know that drugs kill. You know, drugs, if not well administered, if not in safe conditions, kill, and they are a danger. That's why when you go to a doctor, they'll tell you take 2 tablets, take 1 tablet 3 times a day, once a day, and they have what we call overdose. But not only overdose, also how they are secured, how they are kept. You'll have some that are vaccines kept under ice. You'll have some that are kept under room temperature. You'll have some that are kept under heated temperature. Now, government, through an act of parliament, came out with this body that is to ensure that Ugandans take safe medicines. Now, safe, what do we mean? Those medicines are in good condition for you to take them. Those medicines have passed through all laboratory tests to ensure that they are not harmful to you when you take them. That's why when you bring in a new drug, or when someone discovers, we have our local scientists, National Drug Authority is mandated to look through what you've come up with and ensure it is safe for consumption of Ugandans as a drug or a medicine. So they have to see how safe those drugs are. Now, safety also goes to, are they in the right condition to be taken? That's why they supervise the drug shops. That's why you see them frequently going there, giving them a license. Because paracetamol is a good painkiller. But if you take it when it's expired, if you take it when it's wrongly having been stored, now either it has been contaminated by water or anything. Now, instead of being a drug, it becomes a poison to your body. Now, they look at the safety element of it. How safe? Now, how effective is the drug as well?
Speaking of effective, I've noticed that when we access drug shops or pharmacies to buy drugs, they have brands, and most times they are sold differently because of the brand. So when we say effective and they are examined before they are allowed to go into the public, into pharmacies for us to access them, haven't you ever questioned the thing about drugs, brands, and why they differ in prices, and why a lower price or lower cost drug, you know, of course is sold, but also a higher cost drug is sold, but all are treating the same thing, yet they differ in brands?
Well, now there's what they call basic minimum standards. Now, if a drug, say paracetamol, meets world or also our standards of minimum, it qualifies to be on the market. But remember, it's just like you say, I hold an iPhone, you have a Samsung.
Right.
Brands, and then one has a Techno or any other brand. Now, costs differ, but they're all phones, and they all meet standards. So even with the drugs, there are some manufacturers who will manufacture high quality. And of course, that comes with, maybe they put in more volumes of certain and that will make it more expensive.
Right.
There are simply those that are very good at branding. You see, sometimes branding may, if someone brands something very, very well, it may make you buy it expensive because they have the marketing, they have created an environment that we are the best. Necessarily big brands may not be the best. No, but because they have managed to hit that level of branding themselves. So even in medicine, someone will tell you this is England. This is India.
Yes.
You know, so some will tell you England maybe is 50,000 per dose, India is 25,000 or 30,000 a dose. But they all treat the same thing. Now, either it is the branding element or indeed there are more ingredients in terms of volumes that are put in this particular drug that may not be put in this other drug. So, but when you look at are they all paracetamol? Yes. Now, what is contained, the level or the volume of content of that particular ingredient in this particular tab also comes with the packaging, also comes with the longevity or shelf life. How soon this may expire, how soon the other may expire, the package, how strong to withstand the outside challenges that may come, say maybe water, excessive heat, all those determine price of a drug. Now, cost effective. When you look at the National Drug Authority, it also ensures that one, the drugs we are getting, Ugandans get value for their money.
Right.
They are not exploited, but also the drugs are within the range of price. We are in liberalization, but many times you've seen it come up and say, no, no, no. Some of, maybe such a drug, they declare it now not used to treat a certain disease. Let me give you an example. There was a time when treating malaria in Uganda, we used to use a drug. I don't know, but that's how we used to call it, quinine.
Yeah, the one that would itch.
Or itch,
As a side
but it was a
effect.
treatment
Right.
that was recommended for malaria. I want to tell you it is phased out. It's now not part of the top prescribed drugs. Now we have many that have come up that have been recommended. So it looks at this, but the main function among many, where most people are seeing it, is when it comes to licensing, when it comes to safety of the drugs we consume. That most of the time we've seen National Drug Authority impound drugs that are expired. We've seen it arrest unqualified people in these medical or these pharmacies, that you find someone stopped in senior 4 but is busy prescribing drugs for people. What are you suffering from? Take 4 of these, 2 of these.
Somebody has actually got in touch and taken a picture of this must be a drug that treats malaria. And they say it's actually, I see it's P-alaxin. And they say they took the drug and got blisters. But he asks, hi, I took this drug, it caused me blisters. When I did a simple Google search, blisters were highlighted as a common side effect. Why would NDA allow such drugs on the market? Interesting perspective.
Now,
there.
first and foremost, I'm not an expert.
Yes.
I'm not an official. I'm a journalist giving my opinion, but also well knowledgeable because I've read and I read expansively on some of these issues, because in our career, every time you're hosting someone on some topic, you read extensively.
Yes.
And you have a whole volume. But also some of these things come with experience. Now, if you go to buy a drug and it's very clear they have told you of side effects, it is the doctor. The problem we have in Uganda, and one thing I want to put to National Drug Authority, is in Uganda you can walk in and ask for any drug and it's given to you.
Over the counter, yeah.
Without a prescription. Now, sometimes we self-medicate and then we blame. Now, a drug that you have bought that has clear indications of side effects, it is your doctor to tell you. It has ever happened to me. One time I fell seriously sick many, many years ago, and I was made in Lubaga Hospital. Now, I was given a drug, I think it was called Haldo. Now, Haldo has side effects, but there's another drug you're supposed to take to fight the side effects. Now, if you're not in the hands of professionals and you can't then take it on National Drug Authority. Because if you're in the hands of a proper doctor,
right, they
will tell you this drug can work, but you either have to take it or these are the likely outcomes and this is how we shall manage them.
Right. And would like to also inform you that Abiaz Ramuri, who is the head of communications at the National Drug Authority, is in studio with us, and he'll be taking this conversation further as we now hear from an expert's ear and mouth, as well as information than just us as journalists who are informing you from our perspective. But thank you, Robert, for being on the show and helping us understand from a plethora of information that you've covered over the time, as well as what you've learned and covered over time. For now, let's just take a very short break and allow our guests to settle in as we talk about